Oops. Are you back? Oh, okay. Camera just switched off by itself. See, I need a cameraman. See, I'm talking and then it just switched off because it's thinking nothing's going on. Right. 7 chakras going up this way. So if you're able to activate all your 7 chakras, the light will travel up to your pineal. And if you can hit the light in the pineal, then you'll be able to fly. You'll be able to do what Krishna did and Jesus did. Alright? You'll be able to heal the blind or give them sight, heal the sick, raise the dead and all that stuff. Alright? If you believe those things happen literally, then yeah. Okay, the symbol for that is the caduceus, which is the staff with the 2 energies going up them. Alright? And these are represented as serpents, or S. Now, the 33 is represented as the S, the serpent. Right? That's a symbolism that you'll be able to see everywhere. The way this is done is it's cut into 2. As above, so below. Right? If you cut it into 2, and then flip this one around, you get that. Right? So every time you see the S sign, is 33. Okay? Where do you see it? You can see it in a diamond usually. So they'll put the 33 in a triangle. The triangle is a diamond. Diamond is 33. So that's what it is. Okay, now from here, once you start using this part of your head, you'll be able to achieve a lot. You'll be able to create a banking system, for instance, that can control the entire world. You can cause wars where you furnish both, call them parties, both opposing parties with firearms, you see, and then run them broke. And then because you run the system, the banking system, you come and lend them money at interest. You can do things like this. You can own the entire world. You see. And once you own the entire world, you can manipulate them. How do you do that? You use the slaves to control the slaves. You see, you don't get involved in it. What you do is this: you get 100 slaves, and there's 1 of you, or 3 of you. Right? And you got the brains, and the stupid slaves have no brains. What do you do? Okay? You go to the biggest one of the slaves, the biggest bullies among them, the one who threatens everyone. So you take him and a couple of his friends and say to him, listen, we think you're very smart, you and your boys. And what you're going to do is, we're going to give you authority over the rest of the slaves. We don't care how you treat them. All you want is 100 bags of cotton every month, all right? And we'll take care of you, right? And then you let these guys loose on the rest of the slaves. So that's where we are today, and we're dealing with this business, all right? So this one would be represented. We could start with the triangle. So instead of writing this number in there, I could do my 2 C's. Okay, it's one way of representing it. Or the best one is, you could do the 3 stripes. Number 3. As we said before, anyway, the 3 is represented. So 3, right? I could do that. Okay, if I join this one with the other one, it becomes that. If I want to represent this another way, I can represent it as a ribbon. Because if there's only, say, 3 of us, then we can create our own language where we communicate with each other. Okay, that as well. Right, so the main ones are that one. That's popular. So you'll see that a lot. very much. And then obviously the 3 and the 3. If they want to do twice, it could be 2 times 3. Makes 2 3s. Okay, so those numbers. On other things they have to do that. So you'll see that symbolism also in the advertising in the magazines. All right. So, ready. Broadcasting. Now the biggest deception. Gutenberg press. You see, the way it was done is this. Previously, it was difficult to lie to a whole bunch of people. Okay, until the people who use their brains realize how to do it. If they could produce a printing press, it's called mass production. Once they've done this printing press, they went out with a new product into the world. People had never seen it before. People had never seen these books printed this way, and with these strange writings in them. Okay, and they told them it was the Word of God, and if they didn't follow it, they'll be killed. And they did that. So today a whole bunch of people are under the spell of fear. If they don't do or act in a certain way, the god of the caveman, the man who came out of the caves and found the entire world developed, and he was still beating his woman with a club in the head and dragging her into the cave. He's still doing it, by the way. He's still doing it, but sophisticatedly. It's a shame, but the caveman is a caveman. So when he came out and saw how the rest of the world, all the way from Timbuktu to Peru, had developed, and he had nothing, he went crazy. All right, and he went on a stealing rampage. He went on a rampage. Okay, so the Gutenberg press, number one deceiver, right? They created a book that was used to deceive a whole bunch of people. In fact, we're doing an analysis on one. I'm reading it, and yeah, I'm gonna do give my final thoughts on this book from 1611. All right, and then you have your television. That's the biggest one, Macaroni. So the television is what they made sure if you didn't get the Gutenberg press propaganda, they brought a black box for channeling energies into your home, right? Now the black box has caused a lot of trouble because nowadays people don't believe anything unless it's on the box. Okay, so that one, and then now is this thing called social media, all right? For anyone who's growing up in a social media world, I feel sorry for these kids because they have no clue. They get so much information and they don't know where to turn, and some of it is pretty perverted, pretty extreme, and they have no filter. That's the trouble. They think it's normal behavior, but it's not normal behavior because people behave like they do now for camera, you see. Because people act normally, as soon as they see a camera, they start acting, or they change their behavior and do something else just for the camera. So it's not normal behavior. What's going on today? Right. The Gutenberg press is a cube, right? A cube is simply there to contain energy. Television is the same. It's a cube. A cube is there to do just that, right? To contain energy. Same as mass media, computer, cube, right? So you need to be careful about the cubes and get away from them once in a while and get to the circle, right? Now, the cube is represented as 77, or LL, or the devil's horns. Alright? Now because our friends are here to contain you in a box, they'll show you their cubes. And you choose whether or not you want to be part of the cube, or the club. So when you see the celebrity doing the cube sign and inviting you to adore them, you see, because they become an idol, and he says, "Thou shalt have no false idols." These ones are idols, and you idolize them, which means you spend your energies thinking about them. You're in the cube, right? So the slave master uses the celebrity to enslave the minds of the puppets. No, he's the puppet, I mean the masses, all right? So the point is to turn off the cubes, whichever way you do it. You can still watch these things, but don't get emotionally involved. Do not spend any emotion on them. See them for what they are, right? A cube is represented also like that. Sometimes a black box like that. And you can choose, literally, to take this box and put a string to it and tie it to your arm or your head. Or you can choose to make a big box and go walk around it, you see, to show that you are in the box and you're in the cube and you cannot think outside the box, right? Now the box can be represented in various ways. That's a pyramid from a superior or aerial view. So you'll see the symbolism very much. This one or that one. Alright. And they can be opened as well. So you can have the cube. And then if you open it, the pyramid, if you open it, opens like that, as a four-pointed star. Okay. Alright, got some more symbols. Yep. So 1 became 2, 2 became 3, 3 became 4, 4 became 5, and 5 became 6. Alright? And that was the nature of creation. Alright? So there was no Big Bang. There was nothing. Somebody says there was nothing, and then all of a sudden there was something. So it wasn't created. Nothing. So, I mean, in nature, we're talking about natural things. We're not talking about BS. In nature, nothing just happens. Everything is gradual. The changes are very small and minute, but they're happening all the time in the multitude. But very small, minute changes in the multitude. That's what's going on. Nothing just bangs and boom. There's a tree just appears from nowhere. Big bang and there's there's something. Oh. It's a spiral. It's a sequence. It's a spiral. Big bang. And then you had space. And now you have spaceman, people going to space. Somebody somebody says to me there's people who live there in space now. Okay? And where do they live? In ISIS, right? Okay? The space station is called ISIS or something similar. Why is this ISIS everywhere? Right, there is no space man or space on a space station anywhere traveling at any sort of speed with this flimsy cling film wings. I'll see the pictures of this Mir station. It's impossible. The wind, the speed of the wind, the speed would rip that stuff off in a second. Mm-hmm. If they're spinning as fast as they say they're spinning. Hang on a second. I forgot about the magical force called gravity. Excuse me. Right, here we are. So now, when our bodies do the thing, so you see the symbols. I'll just give some examples. So you can see, for instance, the dot, number one, the dot. That could be represented as the eye of Ra, or the eyes could be represented as the one eye. So you can represent that in various ways. We've seen that all over. That's a representation of that. The division symbolism, you could be do like that, and you can see people maybe driving a car with that kind of symbolism on it. And in fact, the third one also, this one here, you can use it as your what do they call it in the car? Where I don't know what it's called, but you know what I mean. But that's the gradual division of how creation was, according to the old stories, not from the Roman cult, but the ones before it. You see. So I hope this makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. So I think from now on we're going to make more shows for entertainment purposes only, because what's going to happen is we're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to entertain. Yeah, we're going to make some shows for entertainment purposes, and we're going to entertain ourselves thoroughly at the expense of these idiots, okay, who pretend to be something they're not. All right. So I hope that makes sense. Please, there is no one in space. All right. There's no alien. This is government propaganda. All right. Right. So it's Tooblack. Please make sure your head is not spinning around, going around a cube. It's called a loop. Right. You need to get off the loop. Take the right pill and start using the right side of your brain. Become a Jew, okay? Become a Jew. Stop being a Gentile. A Gentile uses the left side of the brain. A Jew uses the right side of your brain, right? If you cast your net to the right side, you'll be able to do something, okay? So Tooblack signing off. See Tooblack in it.